Well, thank y'all sending me the video about the brother Chiron Moore, and he getting out. So the brother gonna be getting out. Oh, Chiron Moore getting out. $25,000 bail. Now I don't know if that means, because typically you only got to pay 10%. So I don't know if he finna get out for $2,500 or he finna have to pay the whole $25,000. So I don't know which one really, how that one right there work. Y'all will know, y'all criminals who done been in there and got out on that there. But now here's the thing, that would be an epic. Brother Sherrone, I don't know if he gonna be on email, on YouTube, but some of y'all know him. Brother, keep your head up. Go on, start healing. Start healing. Start working on your recovery. Start working on your book. We praying for you. Nobody understands the level of spiritual warfare that people go through, and you was a little bit out of your league. It's something that I call positioned but not prepared. And I have been there. I was 31 years old and I was called to be the team life coach for an NBA team. And we had a player either my age or older, and a couple other players that was like 30, that was turning 30. And here I am supposed to be their mentor, their coach, and we was the same age. So I was positioned, but I was not prepared. And I did not dress the part. I did not always act the part. And yes, I wasn't in the club, I wasn't tricking off, I wasn't doing none of that, but I didn't have the professionalism that I needed to have in that position at 31 years old. Now, a decade later, you know, I was able to identify the 10 areas that I should have perfected and should have had right. So that's what you got to do, Chiron. You got to go on up to this. Get ready to do you a little tour. You're gonna get you a little probation. You ain't gonna get no prison time for this, because if you was in a real way, they probably wouldn't even let you out. And so, you know, you broke in there, which really mean, you know, she let you in. They say he was grabbing butter knives, and I'm of the mindset that if he wanted her dead, she'll be dead. I'm of the mindset that if he wanted to be dead, he'll be dead. So, because even when the police came, he still could have gone ahead and grabbed her, held her by the throat, put a knife to her throat, did a hostage situation, could have made them take his life. So I don't think he want to be dead, and I don't think he want her dead. And I'm praying that he don't prove me wrong. But I don't think he want to do all that. I think it just was a typical crash out situation, which we do that when things get out of hand, things get a little above our head. We do tend to overreact as men and women too. And we've all been there to some degree, to where we done been in something and something didn't go the right way and we overreacted. I know I done been there, and I could have been sitting in jail just like him, with a breaking and entering, with a this and that. So I done been there as a young man. Now, not as a head coach making $5 million a year. I don't understand that now. So to me, I'm blaming it on spiritual warfare and head trauma. Like, I don't understand that. But they saying that they saying this OnlyFans model saying he was in their DMs and that he follow a bunch of models. And like I told you, that Chiron, you got to get off that OnlyFans, man. And you got to stop watching that porn. And you got to get your life all the way together, brother. You got to rededicate your life to Christ. Because you talking about you're a Christ follower in that bio. And you need to go unfollow everybody. Because you're going to have your cell phone. You need to get on that Instagram and unfollow everybody on that Instagram. And y'all send Chiron this here video. Brother, get off that Instagram. Unfollow everybody. You really could deactivate it, because that coach career is done for a while. And you need, while you home waiting on that trial, you need to go and start your nonprofit organization. Because when you come back, you need to be a mentor. You need to mentor these young men. And you need to speak from where you went wrong. Because, and this is the thing, a lot of people say, oh, it's not just black men, but it's like, I'm a black man, so I only pay attention to black men. Like, I don't care what a white man do, because a white man life is totally different. But just like Andrew Gillum, like, look at that. We had Martin Luther King. Next thing you know, they say he having orgies. They say he beating women. And people talking about, oh, we don't listen to what the CIA or the FBI say. Them people got the tapes. Them people playing the tapes. So it's like, people ain't lying, because it's showing us that it's possible. Because then look at Andrew Gillum. When Andrew Gillum out of Florida get his opportunity, what he doing? He doing the same kind of Martin Luther King Jr. tomfoolery. Then we got Mel Tucker on the phone, touching himself with a young lady, and then gonna cut her check off. So it's like, if you know, and that's why she came out, because he said, we not gonna be bringing you back in to speak no more for $10,000. So it's like, bro, if you know you done stepped out of bounds with this woman, why you gonna cut her check off? Absolutely not, man. You finna get this check every month. Come on, get this check. Or every season, whatever the arrangement was, come on, get this check. If you know you done wrong, it's like, come on now. He thought she had enough shame to where she wasn't gonna tell nobody. This lady done been gang raped. Like, she done been through way worse. Like, she could tell about that. She finna tell about you. And then here we got Sherrone. And in the same state, he looked and seen what Mel Tucker went through, and then was dumb enough to think that his side chick gonna keep it a secret. And he went over there. She called the police. And this is what I try to tell y'all, Chiron. When you date outside your race, that other person does not understand you. She see you like that gorilla on the movies. She see you like Black Sambo. She don't understand black men. Had Sherrone ran off into the house of a black woman, that black woman would have hit him with a 6-piece. She would not have been scared of him at all. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of black women have lost their life, because they grew up with black men their whole life. When the black man get ready to crash out, they not scared of him sometimes, and they might approach him, they might engage him, they might do whatever, and the man have to go all the way. He goes all the way and he take her life. But if she knew that he was about to do that, she would have took off running. She wouldn't have answered the door. She wouldn't have. So sometimes that familiarity can work against you. But this man right here, in that right there incident, he shown himself to be harmless, because he didn't do nothing to her. He didn't do nothing to himself. So I think deep down, he's not all the way a bad guy. I think he has a lapse of judgment from being so naive and so gullible and just so lame. And when I say lame, I mean like green. I mean like just not having, just not being worldly enough, not knowing enough about the real world. Because the man, Jim Harbaugh, they say he put the man in his contract to where if he leave, they got to hire Chiron Moore. So Jim not finna put that man in that place if he didn't think that man was a good man. Jim thought that man was a good man. He had to seduce Jim. He around there bootlicking. Jim like, man, I love that Sherrone, boy. That's a good old house Negro. Man, this in here know how to get to work. And so he thought he was a good man. And so, but everybody is not intended to be no head coach. Some people is intended to just be an assistant. Head coach is a different level. Everybody ain't intended to be no head coach. Like, I work with a team and the head coach is like a CEO. He's like he run it like he running a business. It's coaches from up under him that rolled off of his success, and they went and became head coaches, and they absolutely struggling because everybody not intended to be a head coach. Like, that's a different level. That's a different skill set. And Sherrone just proved that everybody is not a head coach. He just proved right there, some people are assistants. And you got to know your level. You got to know your level. You got to know what you called to. You got to know what you ready for. Because when he got the keys to the city, he want to open up all the buildings. No. Go to the building you supposed to be in and do your job. That don't mean run route shot all around through the city. So he got the keys to the city, and it went to his head. He went to feeling like a king. He went to having a God complex. So now he like, man, I'm finna parlay. I'm finna benefit from this here level. And Lord, I hope that man ain't see Jim Harbaugh moving like that. Cause to me, I'm kind of feeling like he must have seen some head coaches tricking off in his career and said, this is how it's done. And then realize, sir, you're not white. So you don't get to do what everybody else get to do. All right? And you got Christ follower in your bio. So now you definitely don't get to do what everybody else get to do. You don't get to play with the Lord. Absolutely not, sir. You're not finna play with the Lord, sir. That ain't what we doing, sir. We ain't playing with the good Lord. Y'all forgive me, I gotta move my white truck over. She be having the back of the truck too slanted. So it's like, sir, calm down, sir. No, that's not what we doing, sir. That ain't what we doing. So guess what? No, sir, Bob. So what we got to take and do? Let me see if her key in here. Nope. Oh yeah, there. Just over here in the door. So Sherrone, listen. Create you a routine, and I'm gonna tell you, whatever your wife want to say to you, let her say it. If she want to cuss you out like a sailor every day, get cussed out, and you sit there and you take it. You sit there and you take it. Whatever emotional abuse she want to put you through, you sit there and you take it. You deserve it, because you need your behind whoop. Because you got to learn, sir. But I'm gonna tell you, you got a lot to live for. God allowed you to go through this here foolishness because you're not a bad person. You ain't a bad person. You made a stupid decision. You made a series of stupid decisions. Stupid at 40 is stupid indeed. I don't think you're 40 yet. I don't know how old you is, but you ain't stupid. You ain't dumb. You're not worthless. So go on, take this right here and let God use you. Let God use you for these young men. Like, in 6 months, nobody's gonna care that this right here happened. Nobody's gonna care. That's just the way our world lives. We desensitized. Nobody gonna care. Go coach a D3 or a D2 or a very small D1. Humble yourself. Coach at the lowest level that you got to coach at. Be okay with it. Do what you got to do. Start your life over. You might not never get back to that high level, but maybe in 10, 15 years you will. But do what you got to do. Do what you got to do the way you got to do it, and don't worry about it. Like, take your licks. One thing I don't like is when people do the crime and don't want to do the time. Whatever God had you go through, whatever punishment you got to get, you take it with your chin up. You take it with your chin up. Because, like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to be hard on you now. I'm going to tell you the truth. But that don't mean I don't love you in the Lord. that don't mean I'ma just cast you away and be done with you. So shoot me a DM and get on in my class now, one-on-one, and go on, get some correction. I'm gonna tell you what you don't do. Don't go to one of these mammy lane. Don't go to one of these mammy lane pastors that's gonna coddle you and make you feel good. Like Paul say, sorrow leads to repentance. So you need to feel stupid. That's one thing about it. People don't want to feel stupid. You need to feel stupid for a little bit. You need to feel it. You need some tough talk. You need the real. You need that. Don't try to run from the smoke now. Get all the smoke. Get everything you need. Deal with it. Deal with it. Feel it. You got to feel it in order to heal it. Don't try to escape it. Don't try to run from it. Run through it. Don't try to get over it. Don't try to get under it. Don't try to get around it. Run through it and get the lesson. Get the spanking. Not the spanking you thinking about from your OnlyFans. The other one. Get that spanking and get that lesson and start your life over, man. Start your life over. We got to do better. We got to be men. We got to be real men. We got to grow. We got to heal. We got to be smart. We got to do better. Watch my video I just posted. Say we need you to be a real man. We need better. We got to do better, fellas. We got to grow, man. We got to heal. We got to get better in every area. You got to. I'm going to tell you one thing you can't do as a man. You can't feel sorry for yourself. That's one thing you can't do, Playboy. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You got to be ready and willing to take that whooping. You got to. Because if you not, if you don't want that whooping, guess what? You're going to be right back in the same situation. And I'm going to tell you something, what's finna be the hardest thing in your life. The hardest thing in your life finna be staying on that straight and narrow for the rest of your life. I remember my client told me, okay, Michelle, she was like, Tony, no men are faithful. And I was like, I'm faithful. She was like, you faithful right now? She was like, what about in 10 years? I never forgot that. Well, okay, Michelle, guess what? It's been 15 years. I'm still faithful. It's possible. It's possible. And I'm going to tell you, if I get to the point where I'm about to cheat, I'm going to call my wife and divorce. I'm going to call my wife and say, hey, baby, got us a spiritual divorce. I'm finna dive off in these here cakes. And I'm not being serious, but so y'all get it. Oh, Tony, don't speak that. It don't matter what you speak because you got a choice. You got a choice. You ain't just finna fall into it. You got to jump 20 hurdles to jump into fornication. You don't fall in between no legs. There's a lot of decisions got to be made before you get there. It ain't no excuse for it. But listen, I will get on the Golden Gate Bridge and jump off of it before I cheat. So if I slip and fall, man, I'm gonna fall on my sword. So God forbid. God forbid. And the thing about it is, people say, well, Tony, don't talk like that because, you never know. Listen, with the knowledge of the Lord comes a strong confidence. You can't be scared. You can't be scared. You can't walk in fear. Because when you don't have confidence, the Bible says a double-minded man receives nothing from the Lord. When you don't walk in confidence in the Lord, when you don't have confidence in Jesus Christ and believe that he's strong enough to give you the strength, that's how the devil know to come test you. But how I talk with this air in my chest, the devil know, man, if I try him, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be an all-out war. The devil know. Like, man, this thing going to be serious. He know. Like, the devil say, man, I want him. I want Tony Gadsden. I want his ministry. I want to destroy him. I want him. But he already know it's gonna be a fight. He already know, like, it's gonna have to be above. So you know what he try to do? He gonna try to see if he could go get my wife. He gonna try to see if he could get my sons. See if he could get my sister. See if he could get my mama. See if he could get my daddy. He try to find other ways. So when it comes to sleeping with a woman, he know I done passed that test 1,000,000 times. So now what he'll try to do is get somebody in my family in trouble, get them hurt, to see if I'm gonna crash out and take somebody's life. Cause he know, he like, Tony is more likely to take somebody's life than he is to cheat on his wife. So let me hurt his family member, so he'll go try to take somebody's life. And then he got to go sit down, and his ministry is ruined. So see, but you see how I'm expressing that to you though? That's because the Lord has showed it to me. See, the Bible tells you that God tempts no man, and that wherever you tempted, there will be a way of escape. The Bible tells you that. But you got to read your Bible to know. And that's why you're scared of being tempted. That's why you're scared, because you don't read your Bible and you don't know the power of God. So when you get there, you realize that, you understand that, that's when your life gonna change for the better. So hey, Sherrone, get into that word, give me a call, get your life together, keep living, don't run from shame. You a man enough to stick your dang-a-lang out there. Now be man enough to stand up and take that behind whooping and that reprimand, and start your life over and do the right thing. God bless you. Keep your head up. All the important links in the description, Sherrone. We'll talk soon.